our roster glitched out, so we had to remake the entire thing. And we even signed some players from free agency with teams. And we even made some changes, like adding players that we didn't even think of to other teams. But without further ado, let's get rolling. So Alex Smith makes his return to Kansas City for the first time since Patrick Mahomes took over. And the coach has promised him Andy Reid has promised him some playing time. So him and Mahomes will most likely be splitting halves for the rest of the season, including playoffs if they go. But here we are in Jacksonville, Florida, for Friday Night Football. We got a good one for you. We got the Jacksonville Jaguars taking on the Miami Dolphins. Dolphins are 0-3. Jacksonville coming off a big win against Buffalo last week. 43-9 was the score in that game. And then you got Miami coming off another loss, and they fell to the Raiders 22-7 at home. So in week 3 there was no overtime games. We have not seen one overtime game since week 2 of the season. And we noticed in week 3 that home teams struggled at home. So will the Dolphins get their first win tonight, or will the Jaguars be the first team to 3 wins out of the year? There's only one way to find out, and that's to kick this game off. And it is finally underway. We got some rain falling in the forecast, but that shouldn't affect the players too much. And Jacksonville decided to add to their quarterback roster tonight before the game, as that's returned to his own 36. Mitch Trubisky and Trace McSorley have been added to the Jacksonville Jaguars roster. So Jacksonville looking to do what Kansas City's going to do, and that is split playing time between McSorley and Trubisky. And running out to start the game is Mitch Trubisky. So here he goes, 1st and 10 from his own 36. By the way, coming up after the game, brand new episode of GTA 5 Live PD. So here we go. Here's Trubisky, 1st and 10, own 36, and he's going to start on the ground. And that's going to be good for a gain of 2. And another run on the ground. He got free for a minute and was brought down at the opponent 42. And that's a good way to start.
1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Man, Trubisky keeping it on the ground. He's liking this. Will Trubisky go to the air?
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5.
Another run. Oh, that's a loss of yards. So that's a loss of 3. Will he go to the air on 3rd down and 8?
He's brought down back at the 40-yard line.
He got the 1st down with his own feet. And Trubisky keeps the drive alive. Still have not seen him throw the ball yet. When does he do that? Oh, looks like he's going to throw now. Here's Trubisky to throw. Pass is going to be caught, and it's going to be a touchdown for Chark Jr. So Jacksonville scores, and that's a 31-yard reception touchdown for Chark. Nice play there. Let's take a look at the replay. A 31-yard touchdown pass. Watch number 17 here. He's going to go up and cut and make the play happen. So first, let's show it to you back here. Nicely executed. And now we're going to go to the end zone to show you. So right here, we'll pretend like we're the camera in the corner. Nicely executed from Mitch Trubisky. Fires Chuck Jr. open and dives into the end zone for the 31-yard score.
Lining up for the point after.
Here's Lambo on to attempt the point after. And this kick is good. So Jacksonville going to take the lead here. 6 plays, 64 yards is how much it took to score that touchdown. And the coach said he's interested in throwing Trace McSorley in the second half. So Trubisky plays the first half. McSorley plays the second half. And Tom Brady still looking for his first win of the year with the Dolphins. Dolphins are 0-3. However, the Dolphins just signed Antonio Brown. So we can only wonder how that will work for them. Antonio Brown played with Tom Brady in Tampa Bay before the trade. And let's see. Here's Brady, 1st and 10. He's got the snap. He's gonna fire. It's gonna be caught. And that's a 45-yard reception. And if you're the Jaguars coming off a win, trying to be the first to 3 wins, you really don't want to give up plays like that. Brady looking, fires, pass caught. He's gonna actually lose 3 yards. And that's knocked away, almost intercepted. So 3rd down and 13. Brady looking. It's almost caught by Antonio Brown, but instead it's incomplete. And here's Sanders to attempt a 47-yard field goal. Now last week, we seen the longest field goal in Summer League history. The longest field goal of the season. And that was a 62-yard field goal for the Jets to beat the Broncos 40-37. Now get this. The Jets had trailed the Broncos 30-6 and then 30-13 at one point in that game. And they came back and beat them 40-37 off of a 62-yard field goal. So the Dolphins get 3. And now Trubisky and company back out there, ready to go back to work. Trubisky goes to his tight end, who then gets the first down.
That's good for the Jaguars. 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. James Robinson, the ball carrier.
2nd down and 6.
Baker in on the tackle. A gain of 4. 2nd and 6 at the 45-yard line.
Oh, it's going to be 3rd down and
Trubisky's pass
6.
complete to James Robinson. A loss of 1. It's now 3rd down and 6.
Trubisky looking for his tight end again. He's got him over the middle for a 27-yard reception.
Jaguars. 1st and 10 at the 28-yard line.
End zone, incomplete. Conley couldn't haul it in.
Trubisky's pass, intended for Chris Conley, incomplete. Brings up 2nd and 10.
2nd down and 10. Trubisky looking for Chenault. He makes the catch, but it will be 3rd down and 3.
That's a gain of 7. Brings up 3rd and 3.
Trubisky hands it off. And that's a 1st down by Robinson.
James Robinson. That's good for another Jaguars. 1st and 10 at the 17-yard line.
Going for his tight end. Flag on the play. Looks like defensive pass interference. And it is defensive pass interference. So 1st and goal on the opponent 3. And he is in for a Jacksonville touchdown. 3-yard rushing touchdown. Here's Lambo for the extra point. So Jacksonville extends their lead to 11. And looking good at home. Despite home teams not having the best record in week 3. By the way, this is week 4, and there's a flag on the play. Holding on the receiving team. That's going to be 1st and 10 on their own 15. So it's a start off the spot of the foul. And going to Tyreek, and it's incomplete. 2nd down and 10.
He was covered by C.J. Henderson.
Brady fires, almost picked off and almost caught by Antonio Brown. It was tipped off the defender and almost caught by AB, and it was almost picked off too. 3rd down and 10. Antonio Brown makes the catch. That brings up 4th and 5.
A 5-yard pickup. It's now 4th down.
Tipped, incomplete. And instead of punting, they go for it on 4th. And now Jacksonville going to take over 1st and 10 at the opponent 20. After the turnover on downs, here's Mitchell. Now, looking for Chenault. He's got him. He reaches for the 1st down, but gets stopped at the 11, and it's going to be 2nd down and 1.
Brings up 2nd and a yard at the Dolphins' 11-yard line.
Conley makes his first catch of the game and just cannot get into the end zone there.
For our Jaguars. 1st and goal at the 1-yard line.
Trubisky sees an opening. Oh! Wait a minute, though. That had to have been a touchdown. That had to have been a touchdown because looked like he had both feet down. And no, they say it's not a touchdown, so Jacksonville gonna lose a timeout. Give me 1 sec.
Mike 51, Mike 51. Watch the run, watch the run, watch the run.
Looking for Eifert. It's picked off in the end zone.
Trubisky's pass intercepted by the Dolphins. They'll take over 1st and 10 at their own 5-yard line.
Brady from his own end zone fires for Tyreek, and he's got him.
Brady's pass complete to Tyreek Hill. A gain of 22 yards. And the Dolphins first.
And stopped at his own 28, so 2nd down and 8.
He was brought down at the 28-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd.
And final play of the first quarter. And it's an incomplete pass from Brady. So when we come back, 3rd down and 8 for Miami. But for now, 14-3, Jacksonville up on the Dolphins.
Dolphins 3.
Welcome back to Friday Night Football. Presented by Urbane Mustache Racing. And ready to start the second quarter of play. Brady takes the snap, fires, pass almost intercepted. That's going to be 4th down and 8. And this will most likely be the first punt of the game. And it looks like Hack is going to punt it for the first time in this game. It doesn't go very far though. An excellent field position for Jacksonville.
1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Trubisky. Incomplete, almost intercepted. He threw that under pressure.
Pass intended for Chris Conley. Incomplete. It leads to 2nd and 10.
And his teammate was there to block, so he didn't get sacked again. And that's going to be a 1st and 10 at the opponent 22 instead of a loss of yards.
1st and 10 at the 22-yard line.
Going for Eifert. Incomplete.
Trubisky's pass intended for Tyler Eifert. Incomplete. Byron Jones on the coverage.
Trubisky looking for Chenault in the end zone, and he stopped at the 1-yard line.
LaVista Chenault. That's good for a Jaguars. 1st and goal at the 1-yard line.
Eifert makes the catch. Touchdown, Jacksonville.
Tyler Eifert. Touchdown, Jaguars.
And Lambeau missed the extra points.
Kick is no good.
And I think that glitch is back to where it glitches out the
Josh Lambeau to kick off for Jacksonville.
field goal and kickoffs. Bruh. Okay, so this is going to be an interesting football game, and I bet the teams are going to probably not attempt field goals from now on, and extra points.
Brady's pass intended for Antonio Brown. Incomplete.
I wish sometimes people would stop sending messages, because that black strip on the live gets annoying. Incomplete. Intended for Tyreek Hill.
Intended for Tyreek Hill. Incomplete. 3rd down and 10 yards to go.
Flag on the play, under pressure. Give me 1 sec. Holding on the offense. Third down and 20. It's caught. Oh, but taken out of bounds. That's Antonio Brown with the catch. 4th and 17.
Antonio Brown. Matt Hawk in punt formation for the Dolphins.
That's not a very far punt either. Back to the same yard line where it was on the last punt.
At the Dolphins' 42-yard line.
Hey, pick it up, defense. Let's go. Go. Mike 51. Mike 51.
Going deep. Chenault can't make the catch. Looked like that could have been interference.
Intended for LaVisca Chenault. Incomplete. It's now 2nd and 10.
Under pressure. Trubisky throws incomplete.
Intended for LaVisca Chenault. Incomplete. Brings up 3rd down and 10.
Nice catch. And that will set up a field goal try.
Complete to number 22.
4th and 4.
6 yards. It's 4th down.
And Jacksonville is going to call a timeout. Because they're going to go for it instead of kick the field goal. What a catch! Touchdown Miami! Instead of kicking the field goal, they go for a 36-yard touchdown.
The Jaguars will line up for the 2-point conversion.
Going for 2 now, 26-3. Open receiver for the 2-pointer.
2-point conversion is successful.
To 25-point Jacksonville lead now.
28. Dolphins 3. Josh Lambo to kick off for Jacksonville.
This game is going to get annoying real quick because of that glitch.
Free kick out of bounds. Kicking team.
Come on now. Let's go. Both sides set. Screen 80.
Here's Brady, 1st and 10 from his own 43. Going deep. Incomplete, intended for Hill, the receiver. And if the Dolphins aren't careful, they're going to go to 0-4 tonight.
Brings up 2nd and
So they better get it going, because if they lose tonight, then they cannot lose again. Because then if they lose again, they're definitely not going to the playoffs. As there's a nice pass to Tyreek for 27 yards. And you know they want to go to the playoffs, right? I mean, who wouldn't want to go to the playoffs? So they need to, if they lose tonight, they need to win the rest of their games. If they don't win the rest of their games, that's going to be a problem.
Miles Gaskin, the Dolphin ball
2nd and 8. And that's totally a great shot to show on the camera. Good job, cameraman.
and 8.
Brady under pressure. Oh, and I'm not sure what number 47 was doing there, because that was an easy pick.
Brown, incomplete. It's 3rd down and 8 yards to go.
Brady. Mike Gesicki makes the catch.
Let's go.
Wait, that wide 80. Get that quarterback D-line. Get that quarterback D-line. Check it.
Tyreek makes the catch, but is denied a touchdown.
Pass complete to Tyreek Hill. 1st and goal, Miami.
Wait, that. Wait, 20.
Trace McSorley's warming up for the Jaguars because after halftime he's going to go into the game and Brady's going to get sacked. Thomas with the sack.
Loss of 4 yards.
Because the coach said that him and Mitch Trubisky are going to get some playing time, kind of like what they're doing up there in Kansas City. Alex Smith just got back, and Andy Reid said he's going to play both Smith and Mahomes, so that's incomplete.
Brady's pass intended for Mike Gesicki. Incomplete. It's third down and goal. Yard line.
Stopped at the 5. 4th down and goal. And not really making any field goals in this game, so. 4th and goal. Gesicki with the touchdown. And Miami finally puts a touchdown on the board. Oh, it's under review, and that's not even going to waste our time. We saw that up here. That's a touchdown.
The Dolphins are lining up for a 2-point conversion.
Going for 2. AB right there to make the 2-point conversion. 28-11 now.
Jaguars 28, Dolphins 11. Jason Sanders to kick off for Miami.
Oh my gosh. Somebody please help my poor soul. So a nice job by Trubisky overall in this first half. And we'll have to see what Trace can do in the second half. But first, we got to run the final 3 minutes, 53 seconds off the clock.
James Robinson, the ball carrier. Emmanuel Ogbah brought him down. 4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6. At the 40.
Almost a one-hand catch by Chark. He caught his first touchdown. The first touchdown scored tonight was caught by him for Jacksonville. Intercepted for the 2nd time. So Tom Brady ready to come back out here and go back to work.
At the 44-yard line.
Incomplete, and that was an aggressive slap.
Intended for Tyreek Hill. Incomplete. He was covered by C.J. Henderson.
Oh, how about that? Knocks it out of his hands, then the Jaguar hits it with his helmet to make sure that he can't make the catch while it's still in the air. On 3rd and 10, they're going to see if they can.
But it's 4th down.
Make the kick, and that is wide right, and this glitch is still annoying. 4 seconds to the 2-minute warning. I think you just run the ball. Once he gets down, 2-minute warning, then you just run the final 2 minutes off. And then we reach the 2-minute warning. 28-11. Jacksonville leads here at home. Week 4 action. And welcome back. So after tonight, we have, or after this week, we have 6 weeks left in the regular season. Trubisky airs it out, going deep. Conley's got it, but denied a touchdown. But 6 weeks remaining in the regular season after this week. Then it's playoffs time. If Jacksonville keeps it up, especially because they were playing Gardner Minshew, and they only lost once with Gardner Minshew, and won twice, but then they decided to trade, as Eifert decides to be a little smart aleck before scoring the touchdown. But, Gardner Minshew gets traded, and they decide they want Trubisky and Trace McSorley. Well, Trace McSorley was decided on first. Then Mitch Trubisky, as that's incomplete in the end zone. So the 2-point conversion, no good.
Jaguars 34, Dolphins 11.
And this glitch needs to be fixed because it's still annoying.
Free kick out
What in the world even happened?
Wait, set. 380. Know your job.
Tight end Ringo. Tight ends on the ring.
We're about to reach halftime here. And we got a halftime show coming up for you. And during that halftime show, we're going to talk Trubisky, how he performed so far, and what our expectations are for Trace McSorley. That is caught by Gesicki, who falls out of bounds on the Jacksonville sideline.
Complete to Mike Gesicki. Out of bounds, just short of midfield.
And we heard Jacksonville is putting Marvin Jones Jr. in the second half. 64 seconds left.
Intended for Mike Gesicki. Incomplete. Matt Hawk in punt formation for the Dolphins.
And hopefully the issue is resolved now, because that punt was the first perfect punt in a while.
The Jaguars take over
First and 10 from their own 43.
40-yard line.
180. I got him.
Incomplete, flag on the play.
Pass interference. Defense.
Defensive pass interference.
180.
So not only is Trace McSorley going in the second half, but Marvin Jones Jr. going in as well.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4 at the 20-yard line.
Check tight end. Check tight. Check tight.
Incomplete.
Trubisky's pass intended for Chris Conley. Incomplete. Brings up 3rd down.
Trying to run the final 11 seconds off before halftime. That is, wow, tipped and caught, and that will run the final 11 seconds off. As we have reached halftime. You go 34-11, already a high-scored game at half. And without further ado, let's get to halftime.
That's the end of the first half.
So while they're running to the locker room, let's talk Trubisky that first half. That was an outstanding performance. I mean, he put 34 points on the board in his timeout, and if he keeps it up, he's definitely going to be a team carrier for Jacksonville. Now let's talk about expectations for Trace McSorley. Basically, expectations are this: go out there, perform like Trubisky did, or to the best of your ability. Don't give the ball up off 2 turnovers, because Trubisky kind of did give the ball away, but despite that, he has 34 points on the board. And ironically, just be on your journey to getting closer
To kick off for Jacksonville.
to being great. And here we are to kick off the second half. Great halftime show, abbreviated halftime show, but we're underway in the second half. Tom Brady's looking to put more than just 11 points on the board in this game, as Jacksonville has a big lead over them.
Their own 29-yard line.
Wait, set. 53.
It's a 33-point.
Hey, check Mike 47. Check Mike 47.
Cross the run.
I don't want to say that because that might not be accurate. Tom Brady under pressure, though. That is accurate. And he's sacked.
Tom Brady sacked. A loss of 8 yards.
Wait, set.
It's 2nd down.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
53. Stand down.
Nice catch. And there's an injury, number 66 on Miami, so gonna step aside here. Welcome back to Friday Night Football presented by Urbane Mustache Racing. And we are ready to continue on here in the third quarter of play. 3rd down and 9 for Miami. Breida trying to spin. He's brought down at the 35. 4th down and 4, and Miami's gonna have to punt.
It's now 4th down. Matt Hawk in punt formation for the Dolphins.
Here's Hawk to punt away. And taken down at his own 31. And that is where Trace McSorley will start. Now it's also time for Marvin Jones Jr. to go in. He's going to go in for Chark. Chark's going to be done for the night.
Over 1st and 10.
He might go out on some plays.
Yard line.
Here's McSorley. 1st and 10. Own 31. Trace. Marvin Jones open. Down the field. He's in for a touchdown. 1 play touchdown. 69 yards. And Trace McSorley's first play of the 3rd quarter. Out of his first drive. A 69-yard touchdown to Marvin Jones Jr.
Josh Lambo lining up for the point after.
It's now going to be 41-11.
The kick is good. Makes the score Jaguars 41, Dolphins 11.
And it is a 30-point ball game.
Kickoff for Jacksonville.
Lambo to kick off after all those penalties for kick out of bounds and that glitch. Finally. Oh, it's a fumble! Jacksonville picks it up. Flag on the play. Holding on the defense. And unfortunately, that takes away the fumble. So it's 1st and 10 from their own 18 for Tom Brady. Hands it off, starts this drive on the ground. And Gaskin, 2 rushes for 19 yards tonight. And that's going to be 1st down and 10.
Gain of 17 yards. 1st down, Dolphins.
Letting it fly. Incomplete, couldn't even intercept it. There's Trace. Obviously very happy that his first pass of his first game as a Jaguar was a 69-yard passing touchdown. There's Antonio Brown taken down at the 44.
Complete to Antonio Brown. A 9-yard gain on the play. And it's 3rd down.
The Dolphins return home next week in week 5.
Brady's pass intended for Tyreek Hill.
And next week also the trade deadline, as here's Hawk.
Punt formation for the Dolphins.
So no more trading after next week. Teams are going to have to figure it out. Because after next week, until next season, there's no more trading. Or until the off season, there's no more trading.
1st and 10.
Claybrooks, 30 yards per return he averages. Alright, here's McSorley. 1st and 10. McSorley gonna use his feet. Oh, he fumbles! Trace's first play of the 3rd quarter is a 69-yard touchdown, but the first play of his 2nd drive is a fumble if it stands, and it is going to stand. And Miami gets it on the opponent 48, but look at that, gonna lose yards back to their own 49. That was Josh Allen on the stop.
The tackle made at his own 49.
Brady gonna let it fly. He's hit as he threw it, and it's gonna fall incomplete.
Brady on the keeper.
tomorrow we got a lot of games. The schedule will be on our social media, and it is the same as the channel name. That's going to be 4th and 14, and yet another punt for Miami. Oh, this one's going to be a fake. And he dropped it. So both teams make a mistake. McSorley lets go of the football, gives it back to Miami, and then Miami makes a mistake going for it on 4th down, and the receiver dropped it. Here's Trace. I don't see him running it anytime soon. Nice pass to Chenault there, and the coach told him when he was on the sideline, don't sweat it, it happens. And I mean, it does. I mean, if it happens once, that's one thing, but if it happens and that's incomplete, almost intercepted. But if it happens 3 or 4 times during the game, then that's when the coach is going to start to get upset about it. 3rd down and 5. Here's McSorley. And just dives this time. I mean, you see Trace trying not to let go of the football again.
Let's go, defense. Let's get out the field, defense.
Going for Marvin Jones, and it's intercepted by Xavier Howard. McSorley gonna save the touchdown off a tackle, though.
McSorley's pass intercepted by the Dolphins. They'll take over 1st and 10.
Trace has got to be careful because that is Jacksonville's 4th turnover of the game, and Miami has none. So each quarterback has thrown 2 interceptions for Jacksonville tonight. So far, nobody has scored here in the 3rd quarter of play. Actually, I lied. The Jacksonville Jaguars did score. Going for Cheetah. Makes the catch at the 3.
Brady's pass complete to Tyreek Hill. 1st and goal at the 3-yard line.
Trace, though, he did all right before he started doing bad. On his first, and that's a touchdown pass to Gesicki from Tom Brady. But his first play of the 3rd quarter was a touchdown. Then that's when he made his mistakes. Instead of looking at the mistakes and wondering where he went wrong, he should be looking at that play and how he started the 3rd quarter, as that is no good. So Sanders misses the extra point, and now here's the kickoff. Clay Brooks on the return to his own 29. Good return there.
At their own 29-yard line.
But, I mean, I still see the coach letting Trace start. He's probably just not going to get much playing time. Yeah, if he can't score more than 1 touchdown in this quarter, the coach is easily going to send Trubisky back out. But I could see... I can see, you know, him being taken out if he can't perform good. But if he performs good, then I can see him staying in. And despite the fumble and, you know, interceptions, McSorley is just going to have to... you know, try his best out there, and there's a flag on the play. Oh, offensive pass interference on number 68. And his team not going to be happy about that because that moves him backwards. This time it's not Trace's fault if things go south. I mean, that was clearly on 68 there, committing that offensive pass interference. But they do get the 20 yards back, and that's a 1st down, so they are in the field goal range. But you know they're not looking for a field goal here. But the offensive line not going to protect McSorley from the sack.
Brought down back at the 32.
Chenault falls, regains his balance, makes a catch, and gains positive yardage. It's going to be 3rd down and 2.
It's a gain of 12.
Jacksonville looking for another score here in the 3rd quarter. And that's incomplete.
McSorley's pass.
So on 4th and 2, here's a Lambo to attempt a field goal.
On the coverage. The field goal is good. Makes the score Jaguars 44, Dolphins 17. Josh Lambo to kick off for Jacksonville. The Dolphins take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Wait, that's 29. Alpha.
He can't hang. He's not gonna get me.
Wait, again.
Brady fires. That's going to be positive yardage.
Brady's pass complete to
As we're going into the final 70 seconds of the 3rd quarter of play.
1st down, Miami.
Yeah, don't count Miami out of it until the 4th quarter. Once it gets to the 4th quarter, and if Jacksonville scores again, then that's when you want to count them out of it. But right now, I mean, like we said, away teams have a win streak going on because, well, they won a lot of games in week 3. Josh Allen hits Tom Brady as he throws it, going to be incomplete.
Intended for Tyreek Hill. Incomplete. He was covered by Cynthia Henderson. Brady's pass. Intended for Antonio.
And people still want to spam messages in the group.
Hawk in
Here's Hawk.
for the Dolphins.
Brooks. And 43 should have blocked 51 as the 3rd quarter comes to an end. He gets it. It'll be 1st and 10 from the opponent 44. 14-3, 20-8, 10-6 in the 3rd. As though those are how Jacksonville outscored Miami to this point. And here we go, entering the 4th and final quarter of play. And he will lose a yard that time.
A loss of a yard brings up 2nd and 11 at the 45-yard line.
Incomplete. That
McSorley's
should have been
intended for Chris Conley.
unnecessary roughness or defenseless receiver. Incomplete.
McSorley on the keeper. Intended for Chris Conley. Incomplete. Josh Lambo on for the field goal. A 62-yard attempt.
This from 62 yards out. From Lambo. And it's no good.
The kick is no good.
That's it, baby. We gonna work.
Wait, that. Wait, 20.
Mike's 50.
I'm coming. Mike 50, Mike 50. Get that quarterback at all costs.
Gesicki makes the catch.
Brady's pass complete to Mike Gesicki. A gain of 34 yards. And the Dolphin 1st down.
47.
Here we go.
And caught by
Pass
Antonio Brown.
47 to Mike, boys.
First
47.
and goal
Check,
at the 2-yard line.
What's the curl? What's the curl? Hey, check it.
Antonio makes the catch for his first touchdown of the game.
Complete to Antonio.
And now if I was Miami, I would start going for 2.
The Dolphins are lining up for a 2-point conversion.
Tight end right. Check it.
And why not go to the cheetah for the 2-point conversion? And it's good.
And makes the score Jaguars 44, Dolphins 25.
44-25. 8:17 to play.
The Jaguars take over first and 10 at their own 34-yard line.
Robinson runs to the 41.
The ball carrier taken down at the 41. A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3.
Flag on the play. Eifert makes the catch.
Pass interference. Defense.
Right there in the middle. 55.
Here's McSorley. And gets it to the 36 before he's brought down.
The tackle made at the 36-yard line. A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7.
And Trace was getting kind of frustrated about the game. All the coach did was pat him on the back
Jaguars. First
and said it's still a good game despite the turnovers. Probably because they're winning.
James Robinson, the ball carrier. He was taken down at
But I think he really likes Trace being here, and
7.
I think he's going to be willing to continue to give him a chance, even if he turned the ball over a couple of times here in the second half.
First
And it's good to switch up. It's good to do what Kansas City and Jacksonville is doing. Let one quarterback play the first half and the other play the second half. As there's Chenault for his first touchdown of the game. Because then it gives the starting quarterback a break, and then he doesn't have to worry about injury.
lining up for the point after.
Same with Trace. He'll get to rest in the second until the second half of next week's game. But I mean, 2 touchdowns
Makes the score
and set them up for a field goal, which they made.
Dolphins
That's a W for Trace, despite the turnovers.
to kick off for Jacksonville.
And unfortunately, it's going to take the Dolphins, clearly at this point, it's going to take the Dolphins going 0-4 for them to try again next week and try to get their first win. Because like we said, there's 6 weeks remaining
First and 10.
after week 4 here. And that means they are going to have to win the rest of the 6 games if they want a chance at the playoffs. Now, here's how it could happen. Let's say they lose 5 games and they finish the season 5-5. They could win their division and make the playoffs,
A 7-yard pickup.
or finish second in their division and make the playoffs.
7-yard line.
But that's going to be very hard to do at 5-5.
Brady's pass. Complete to
So
Antonio Brown.
I would just make the play,
A gain of 11.
or make the plays, win the games,
Dolphins.
and go about it that way. Now the good news for the Dolphins is their next 2 games, they are the home team. Week
Complete to Mac Hollins.
week 5, they're gonna play in their own stadium,
Down, Mike.
and then week 6, they're heading down to Mexico to play as the home team. So I mean, they have a shot there as well.
Brady's pass. Intended for Durham Smythe. Incomplete.
And
It leads to
then they're on the road for 2 games, so that might be a little tricky. If they win, they would be 2-4 the next 2 games, and then if they lose, 2-5. Tipped, incomplete, flag on the play, probably defensive PI.
Pass interference. Defense.
Yes, it's defensive PI. So it's an automatic 1st and 10 at their opponent 25. And at this point in the game, down a bunch. 26-point lead for the Jacksonville Jaguars. I think if you're Tom Brady, you try for touchdowns and you go for it on 4th down.
Intended for Antonio Brown. Incomplete. It's now 2nd and 10 at the 25-yard line.
That's intercepted.
Joe Schobert. Brady's pass. Intercepted. The Jaguars take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
And gets a gain of 1 before he's brought down by Kyle Van Noy.
The ball carrier. Tackle made at the 21-yard line. 1-yard gain. Brings up 2nd and 9.
Oh, nice switch to the middle for positive yards.
The ball carrier.
3rd down and 3 and 43 seconds away from the 2-minute warning.
That's a gain of 6. Brings up 3rd and 3.
That's incomplete.
McSorley's pass. Intended for LaVisca.
4th down and 3.
Complete. Results in a 4th down.
51's the mic.
And looks like he didn't get there.
Divine 06.
And Jacksonville is going to challenge. They got 32 seconds. They know they got 32 seconds from the 2-minute warning, and they better challenge it because inside of 2 minutes, only the official can review it in the review center. And not really sure how Jacksonville lost that challenge, because it did look like to me that he had the 1st down,
Tight ends work.
because his knee was not down and the ball was extended. That's intercepted again. It doesn't matter.
Brady's pass. Intercepted. The Jaguars take over 1st and 10 at their own 2-yard line.
Oh, get him! Get him! Get him!
James Robinson, the ball carrier. Brought down at his own 8-yard line.
So that brings us to a 2-minute warning. Jacksonville with a 26-point lead here at the 2-minute warning. And now they can just focus on running the final 2 minutes off the clock. And I don't think the Dolphins mind that any.
James Robinson, the ball carrier. Tackle made at his own 9-yard line. A gain of a yard. Brings up 3rd.
Yeah, I think the Dolphins just want this one to be over heading to week 5.
James Robinson.
Head into week 5 and try to get back on the winning.
1st and 10 at the 12-yard line.
Brought down at his own 16-yard line.
Tackle made at the 16-yard line. A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6. James Robinson, the ball carrier. Jerome Baker in on the tackle. A gain of 2 on the play. Brings up 3rd and 4.
It was 3rd and 4. Now it's 1st and 10.
That's good for a Jaguars. 1st and 10.
And a few more handoffs here.
Let's go! 55's Mike, got 55. You don't want none, baby. You don't want none.
And Jacksonville calls a timeout.
That's good for another Jaguars.
Trace has a better way of taking time off the clock.
First and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Let the kicker deal with that.
Josh Lambo on for the field goal. A 72-yard attempt. His kick is
3 seconds to go, and they did that on purpose. Take as much time off the clock as they can. And Brady gonna have one final heave at the end zone. He's not gonna get there. Gesicki stopped at his own, at the opponent 14. 51-25 the final here tonight.
Jaguars 51.
And just like that, Jacksonville is the first to 3 wins. How about that, if you're a Jacksonville fan? Jaguars are now 3-1, and the Dolphins are now 0-4. So they outscored the Dolphins in every quarter except the fourth. And that's pretty much all she wrote for this one. How about that big win for Jacksonville? And 400 passing yards for Jacksonville. Trace wraps up the game as Tom Brady and the Dolphins have lost all 4 games to this point. See you back here tomorrow for more Week 4 action. But for now, so long.